Is your E36 power steering leaking like a mother? Here are 3 things you need to know before fixing it.
Keep it running.
What's going on, guys? So I watched all videos and read all articles about how to replace the E36 power steering hoses and reservoir. And these are things I wish I knew before starting the job. Number 1, here are the parts that you have to remove and the parts that you don't have to remove. Besides the old power steering hoses and the reservoir, the only part that you should have to remove would be the intake. In other videos and how-to guides, I've seen people remove things like the front sway bar, the alternator ducting, even the wheels, which you don't have to. I can confirm that those things can stay intact. Just jack up the car, remove the intake, and you'll have access to everything that you need. Number 2, the tools needed. Here's a list of the tools I use for the job with 2 secret weapons I didn't see listed anywhere else. So these are the secret weapons. This is a 1/2 inch. I don't even know what you call these things, but they were extremely handy in getting into tight places. So it's a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch. There's a link in the description for these where I got them on Amazon. And then these clippers, trimmers, whatever you want to call them, scissors, were great for actually cutting one of the hoses because you're not going to be using those old lines. So I ended up just cutting one of the old hoses to help drain, and it was so much easier to pull it out that way. Now, a note, I've seen in other guides a recommendation or requirement for a 19mm and a 22mm wrench. So I went out and bought those because I didn't have them, but I never ended up using them. So if you don't have those, I think you can do it without them. And number 3, where to buy the replacement power steering hoses and reservoir. If you're like me, you're trying to keep your E36 running in the best condition possible while also not overspending. Now, I was not paid to promote this company by any means, nor do I have an affiliate link with them. I wish I did. But if you're not already using FCP Euro for OEM parts, then you're really missing out because they offer a lifetime warranty on nearly all their parts, even brake pads and rotors. And that's great for budget-conscious car enthusiasts like myself, especially if you track the car. I mean, you save a lot on consumables if you don't have to buy new rotors and brake pads every time you use them up. Now, something FCP Euro has yet to fix at the time of this video is that their E36 power steering kit does not come with a 4th banjo bolt. So there are 2 banjo bolts that are 19mm and 2 that are 22mm. For some reason, FCP Euro only includes one of the 22mm. So make sure when you're replacing it that you take good care of one of the old banjo bolts. Just clean it up, make sure you don't strip it, and then it's okay to reuse because FCP Euro does provide enough crush washers so that you can easily replace it. Now, there are other kits out there that are a little bit cheaper. I think ECS is a little bit cheaper. But when you factor in the fact that the E36 power steering lines and reservoir will eventually leak again, the fact that you can go back to FCP Euro and just get a new kit for free basically, or just for the cost of shipping, it'll pay off in the long run, spending just that little extra amount now. With that, I think you guys are equipped to do the job yourself. It really is quite easy. Prior to this, I'd only ever done oil changes and brake work, like brake pads, rotors, flushing the fluid. I installed coilovers too, so I'm not by any means mechanically inclined, and I was able to do this. I have to say, the only other thing is just, it's a messy job, so be prepared, take your time, remember how things are oriented, but, I think most people can do this job. And it'll save you a lot of money too, because I've seen shops quote anywhere from $400 to $500 to do this, where the parts are probably right around $200, and then you can spend 3 to 4 hours doing this yourself, and it can be kind of fun, if you have buddies or someone that wants to help out. So with that, I think you guys are more than prepared to do the job. Check out other guides online just to see if there's any other things you can pick up, but these were the 3 things I really wanted to communicate today so that you guys are more prepared to do this job yourself. If you guys are into finance, I think you should definitely check out my buddy Trey Robrock. He's got a great channel on personal finance and investing, and then we also have another channel called The Financial Illiterates, where we've kind of documented our journey to becoming more financially literate. So those links are in the description as well, and if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching.